Okay, it's November 2nd, 2016. I'm listening to Chapter 9 of Mosiah. So we start to get into the history a little bit more than what we have throughout the Book of Mormon so far. From the beginning, we have the record of the small plates of Nephi, or most of them anyway, which is a direct translation of Nephites. So Mormon felt that the beginning of their journey from Jerusalem was so important to those, well, not just their journey, but all of the revelations given through the prophet Lehi and Nephi were so important to be included in his compilation that he just put them in. He didn't make any commentary. He didn't abridge any of that. He just put those plates in, and then after kind of a direct line was not really recording much, or those plates started just to kind of be little interjections of the descendants of Nephi, is where he decided that it would be good, or perhaps he was commanded or inspired by the Lord to include his own commentary and additional records, rather than just what was on the small plates, because they probably ran out of room by the time they started shooting off and people started migrating into different parts of the land. So this is the beginning of the record of Zeniff, and a lot of the first part of this, Zeniff's words are a direct translation or a direct insertion by Mormon into the gold plates. So now we get more history. So Zeniff was with a group. He wasn't the leader of the first group to go and search for the land of Nephi. This is just going to be part 1 of Chapter 9 of Mosiah, by the way. I just kind of started it. I wanted to share some of my thoughts, or record some of my thoughts before I forgot them. So Zeniff is part of this group of people that wanted to go seek the land of Nephi, and they found that the Lamanites occupied that land, so they were going to go back to Zarahemla. Hang on. Okay, so here's what happened. Zeniff knew about the land of Nephi. He knew its layout, so his group sent him in as a spy. He got there and he saw what was good. Now, what was good, if we remember back what Jacob said, and I don't know that I did a video on that. I'll do one when I come back around to it. If we remember what Jacob said, during Jacob's time, he was kind of he had a heavy heart because the Nephites were not treating their women as they should. They weren't treating their family as they should. And what was good among the Lamanites was what they had a nuclear family. There was one mom and one dad. There was one husband and wife, and then children, and then they lived off the land just as they were taught to. So this is what Zeniff saw, and he went back and decided that wasn't something that they needed to. They shouldn't attack these people. So he went back. He decided it would be better to make a treaty or come to some kind of compromise with the Lamanites rather than going full on attacking. But the leader of this group that left Zarahemla, he wanted to take over the land. He didn't want to make an agreement or a treaty. So there was a little battle, a little fight between the two groups, and there was killing. These men killed each other over this argument. still wanted to possess the land of their inheritance, which was the land of Nephi. Now, a couple of my personal take-home lessons from this is when those that won't compromise, or when you try to compromise, and those that are in a position to be able to compromise won't, it's better just walk away. That's what I think. Also, we need to be very aware of our motives. Why we're seeking after certain things. Is it really of eternal importance? And what's the purpose for... let's use the example of buying a home. Is the purpose of buying a home so that we have room to grow as a family? Well, yes and no. I think, and I do feel that our decision to purchase our home was inspired because of very personal experiences that I had between me, my wife, and the Lord. We're prayerfully searching for a home. But I feel like it was guided by the Lord. So that, I think, there was a part of this whole journey that was guided by the Lord. Otherwise, Zenith would not have recorded it. We wouldn't have a record of it. And there are lessons that we needed to learn from it. So, yes, I feel like Zenith was inspired in his actions to a degree. But I think that at the same time, perhaps he was overzealous to possess the land. We know the downfall, or the downside of them going back to the land of Nephi. We'll talk about that later. Those of you who know the Book of Mormon already know. But so those are my thoughts. If you are wanting to compromise, or if you're seeking something for personal gain, or for gain, or because you feel entitled to it, search your heart and determine between you and God if it is the right thing. And if it is, you will have a confirmation through the Holy Ghost, however the Holy Ghost speaks to you. And I know that from personal experience. Up to November 2nd, 2016.